Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fraud Friday. Once again, Karina and I are here every other Friday, um, just pulling stories from the news that we find interesting or we feel like could provide you guys with some further insight. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Toba. I am the owner of Toba and Associates in the Atlanta, Georgia area and spreading, apparently. And spreading. We serve as entrepreneurs and professionals, providing tax planning and advisory services. Again, services include accounting, tax advisory, tax preparation, and tax planning. Okay, if you are looking or interested in working with us, I encourage you to visit tokebandassociates.com and then click the link in the profile to schedule a consultation.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kerrina O'Connor. I'm the owner and founder of Cake with a K Financial, where we help solopreneurs resolve their tax and IRS problems to run their business with confidence. This will typically include a tax bill that they cannot pay in full and or if they have not filed their taxes for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years. If that is you, please book a call. Understand that we are in South Florida. We're based in South Florida, but our office is virtual, so we can help nationwide. So now I'm going to do a disclaimer. Disclaimer. This episode is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not legal, tax, or financial advice. All information discussed comes from public court filings, news reports, and press releases. Everyone discussed is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. While we are tax professionals, we are not your tax professionals yet because we can be. Book the link in our bios. So today, Nikkei, what is the topic for today?
The topic for today is now I'm about to tell my age. We about to All right, this one is titled Rapper Twista pleads guilty to not paying taxes and faces potential prison time. This article is from the Associated Press, written by Miss Fatima Hussein on June 30th, 2026. Okay. Brief summary reads, the Chicago rapper known as Twista has pleaded guilty to 5 counts of willfully failing to pay his income taxes and faces up to 5 years in prison. Twista, whose legal name is Carl Mitchell, failed to pay income tax from 2019 to 2023 and owes more than 440,000 in back taxes. Twista, Mr. Adrenaline Rush himself. Let me tell you, girl, that was my
Okay.
favorite song. Okay. We
Which
all
one?
Adrenaline Rush.
Oh, I do not know that song.
Oh my God.
I
Okay.
do not know that one.
I'm gonna have to send
Oh,
you that when we're done.
I
When
would.
I
Okay.
tell you, oh my God, that was one of my theme songs. Like if I had a test or if I had something I had to go do,
That was
honey,
it.
that was
Oh my gosh.
it.
That's funny.
Twister.
That is hilarious.
Adrenaline Rush was my jam. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Matter of fact, after this, I'm gonna listen to it. But Karina,
Yes, let the royalty, like, you know what he gonna need the streams. He gonna need the stream.
girl,
You might wanna
I might
probably
want to
buy,
just put it on
buy
repeat.
the CD. I don't you say? I'm like, you might want to buy the CD. If the CDs exist, and
Do
then
you
where do you
know
play a CD?
us?
Because none of these
The girl
things
said the
have.
CD exists.
Yeah, like because CDs don't exist anymore. Like CDs, Blu-ray, like because where do
Right.
you play it? In your
Well, yeah,
cars, there's no CD player. In your laptops, like all the new laptops, all new cars, there's no CD player because
if he has a YouTube or some sort of streaming, but I don't think they
yeah.
get
But I
paid
was
that
saying
much
they
off of
don't
it.
get paid per stream. That's why I was saying, oh, get the CD
Oh,
instead
yeah.
because they can get it directly. But go on a tour. Maybe you can do a real quick tour
I
before.
wonder if he's on tour. But
I
see,
don't, I don't, I don't believe so. I don't know though,
but
but it could
see,
be a possibility.
but see,
This would be the perfect time though. Might be a little rushy if he wasn't planning it before because he's scheduled to be sentenced October, and then you know what I'm saying. So,
uh,
but he can also come back outside like after the year maximum in prison. and then do a tour.
Yeah, but by then I've already been to jail. That's a problem.
That's true.
No, the whole
That
point
is true.
is to not have to go in there in the first place.
That is true. I'm just saying different ways to try to possibly pay. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so the
Thoughts,
my
thoughts.
my thoughts. But you know what? My very first thought when I read this, guess who I thought of?
Who? Wait, let me guess.
Yes, yes. Like based on story is similar, not exactly, but you know what I mean. Um,
Who did pay their taxes then? Who?
there's quite a few, but I
Give me a
like
guess. No, who? Who?
let me see if I could
Give me a clue.
I'll give you I think my clue would be the clue that I'm thinking, it will automatically tell you who it is. So let me
Oh,
think.
who didn't pay their taxes then?
Older older guy.
Is that this is Mr. B? How you doing?
Actually he is one of those. Like, but
Okay.
that's not who I was thinking about.
All right.
Mr. Ron Isley spent some time in jail for that too, but not that.
Rapper?
Not a rapper, an actor.
Wesley Snipes?
That Wesley Snipes. That
Ah,
is exactly who I thought of.
okay.
Wesley Snipes. Same thing.
Oh, because it was intentional.
It's willful.
Okay.
This was a smidge different, but you know, my was a professor. One of my college professors used to say, you know how we like over history repeats itself. She was like, it doesn't always repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. So
Oh, I
this is
like
in the
that.
same, yeah, right. Like shout out to her. I think this is Butchie or something. She so she would say that, and I was like, I like that. And this definitely rhymes to me. So because in this situation, it's willful. He willfully did not do this despite the IRS messaging. Probably called by this time. He probably had a revenue officer and all of that by this time. Um, his accountant was telling him, hey, he needs to pay his obligations. So much so that he decided to try to skirt the process and not have his debts paid. Like he said, oh yeah, I know I gotta pay that, or I'm just not paying it. Just go ahead and give me this money through a third party company and give me advances of my royalties so I don't have to pay the IRS.
All right.
That is tax evasion. Like,
All to
and
the
tax
fullest.
evasion is
Yeah, because
legal.
he says, despite warnings from both the IRS and his own accountants of his tax debts, instead, Mitchell entered into agreements with a third-party company to pay him advances on future royalties, knowing the IRS would not be able to levy these funds.
Right. Exactly. Like what? So he's gotten to the point where it's a levy. Like he's has like a whole like he's possibly going to jail for this. He pled guilty to 5 counts. I mean, he is going to jail, sorry, or prison rather. But now it's just how long will he be going to prison for? And he's lucky it's just 5 counts. I think Wesley Snipes had more counts, don't quote me, but he had it was a situation of I really do need to do my series for real. Anyways,
Yeah.
he had a situation where it was willful but like more protesty. Protesty is not a
I
word.
just so, but
More
more
protest like oh I
he just didn't do it. He didn't actually take actions to skirt to get
yeah,
around
like how
the
Twista
taxes, like Twisted
started. He
has done.
just didn't do it. He believed
He
like
just said, I'm not doing it.
he was speaking to people like who was who were also protesters and them going along with him to say like, oh yeah, we don't have to pay our taxes. The same rhetoric that I'm kind of sort of hearing now with people talking about, oh, you can just go exempt, don't do your taxes. The administration and all of these things and all of these people are not doing anything for us that would result in us paying our taxes. So we should just all not pay our taxes.
Can you blame him?
That is well, I can't blame them. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just
I
saying,
can't
I'm
blame them. I
sorry.
understand.
Yeah,
However, the law is the law. Like with every action, there's a
yeah.
reaction. So you're going to if you're going to do that, understand what that means.
The
You know what I'm saying?
consequences of what that could
Understand
be.
the
Yeah,
consequences
I got
and
you.
are you prepared for it?
Right. I got
Because some people will be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not prepared. Like I'm not prepared for it. I don't want to do this. While
Right,
other people, they're just they're ready to do the prison time
right, understood.
if it comes to that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Thoughts for you?
I yeah, because he's facing up to 5 years potentially, you
I
know.
thought it was one. Oh yes, five. Yes, sorry,
Five,
it's
yeah,
maximum
he's
one
facing up
per
to
count.
5 years.
Yeah, up to five
And
per
my
count.
thing is, okay, no problem. We're saying here's my question. I have a question. So if it's 440,000 that he
Mm-hmm.
owes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he was able to contract with this
Okay.
third party and say, hey, look, just pay me my royalties, advances on my royalties up front, couldn't he
Mm-hmm.
have that same arrangement and just say, hey, look, pay me advances on my royalty up front, but pay them to the IRS. Just send the checks directly to the IRS. And I wonder if that would keep him out of jail, or are they at a point where they say, nah, too late, like, and say no harm, no foul, or are they saying, no, uh, you can give us the money, but we're still putting you in jail? Like, you know what I mean? Is there, I don't
I
know.
think that's it. I think at this point, maybe his attorneys and stuff can say like, oh, like a good faith argument. He's now trying to be on the up and ups, and he's trying to make those payments, and maybe they might not have the maximum of the five, but he's going to prison.
You think, yeah. Oh
Yeah, he's going
man.
to prison. This is not a, oh, maybe he's not. No, he pled guilty. He's
Oh,
going to
he
prison.
pled. Ugh, right, he did.
He pled
He did.
guilty to 5 counts of
He did.
willful failing to file
He
income
did.
tax.
He
He's
did.
going to prison. He will be scheduled. He is scheduled to be sentenced on October 22, 2026. So maybe in October we can have a follow up on this. But at the very least, he's going to prison. It's just a matter of for how long, because sentencing is happening in
You
a couple
know,
months.
and
So
some,
it's not, he had the opportunity from 2019 through 2023, and even unpaid liabilities dating back to 2011. So what is that? 5, 6, 7+ years. He had 10, 10, 10. I can't count right. Clearly,
2011, and we're in 2026. And
over
here's
10.
the thing. But here's the thing. You could have set
15.
up a nominal payment arrangement and just avoided this.
Oh, of course.
You
But
know what
he
I
didn't
mean?
want to pay it. This isn't like, based on what I'm reading and the little snippets that I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? It's he didn't want to pay it. For whatever reason, he didn't want to pay it. He saw the letters. He saw that the IRS is going to do this to his funds. He even got to the point where his wages were garnished because it said it was levied. And then he skirted around to the third party so that those funds would not be levied. So he was already getting you get what I'm
Right,
saying?
because if you're getting a check, they can take that check. But if there's no determination and you're just getting advances, that's different.
That's
That's not
different.
money you've
So
earned.
he was
Yeah.
willfully doing this. So it is what it is. Like so there's no, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pay right now to just not be able to go to jail or prison or anything like that. No, he's going to prison. He pled guilty. It is what it is. He's going to prison and he's gonna have to pay court fees because there's a lawyer that needs to be involved if he goes to uh if you already went to tax court. And then also there's interest and fees. That 440, he still owes it. If he ain't paid already, he still owes it. But
And
now he
that
has
four,
power.
yeah, and that 440, like you said, could just because they're on this, that could just be what the liability was on the tax return. Because usually that's what they give you. Hey, this was what the liability was when you file. They're not, unless you dig deeper, gonna give you and you have penalties of this, and then you have the
Right.
interest of that. You know what I mean? So that 440 could just be that's that's what was that was the liability of the total tax filings. And then the I kind of want to connect this with you and I talked about the use of AI now.
Mm-hmm.
AI and the newer technology that the IRS is now implementing to research taxpayers. Because I tell people now, they're going so far sometimes as to they can accessing your social media footprint.
Yep.
Just bought a new, you're saying you can't pay your taxes, but you just purchased a new car. And then you've got the new car on social media and you're,
Four new cars.
huh?
Four new cars. Yeah.
Right? And you've got it and you're flaunting these new cars. So you have the ability to purchase these new cars, which they can clearly see, right? I pull AI, I tell AI I want all the data, all the social data and whatever that you can find on this individual, and it pulls all of your information. And remember, they're working what now with Palantir?
Hmm. I think
Okay.
that's them.
Yeah.
Is it another government entity? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
They're pulling, so they have the ability and the technology and the tools to really pull all of your data.
Hmm.
So I'm not quite sure, and I'm sure there are ways. There's crypto now, there's this, there's that. There are ways. I'm not saying that there aren't or that you should. I'm simply saying that if you are someone who you're just, you're using bank accounts, you're doing, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
are you asking the question? I guess that's what the point I'm trying to get to. You're asking for
Yeah.
trouble. You're saying,
Yeah.
I don't have, or I'm not gonna, or whatever, whatnot, but you're putting out evidence against you, I guess.
Right.
Something.
Hmm. That's exactly it.
So,
It's like, sad for Twista because I do, I like I like his music and all that.
what's your favorite
But
song?
dang it.
Do you have a song?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
because you may not have a favorite song. He may not be your
I don't
friend.
know. I did like Overnight Celebrity, but I don't know if that's my favorite song.
Oh, okay.
I do also like his verse on Tissue Boots and Moving that song.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um
His
but like
collapse.
cause yeah,
His
yeah. I don't
collapse.
know if I was into
See,
him, but
I had older brothers who listened to a lot of his music, and so I knew a lot of it because there was no escaping
wait,
their music in the
that's
house. You
funny.
know what
Did
I
you
mean?
try to
Like
rap with it? Could you keep up? That's
some
the
of it I did because I found my faves. They play it
yeah.
so much, you find your faves. And again, Adrenaline Rush was my fave.
What's your
Like to
fave
this, I still listen to it to this day. It's in a couple of my playlists. You know what I mean?
playlist?
Like
I'm
it's in
saying
a go to
keep bumping
war
it, girl.
playlist. Got a couple of those.
Keep bumping it. You might want to double up
I need
because
to just be like, let me just
yeah,
put a couple of these on play. But
yeah, double up so you can get
yeah,
he's gonna need a little bit more money so to make sure that he pays these IRS debts off after he gets out of prison or during. So yeah, like it's unfortunate, but then I like we're bringing this story to everyone to make sure that they understand that the IRS is no respecter of person. You can be the biggest celebrity, biggest celebrity. You could be whatever. Apparently, except if you're currently in this administration, all bets are off. But you could be the biggest like celebrity, and you will be going to jail if you are willfully. The same processes apply for celebrities because celebrities are just taxpayers with more money. And I would argue that more onus would be a little bit on them, or it's easier, and the IRS might get a little bit more aggressive because
because they
typically
know
the
you
celebrities
haven't.
can actually pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically the celebrities can actually pay. Not to say that you can't. You as like a regular person, you can probably pay too. And like Nikkei was saying, they have tools and people that are scouring and looking at your social media and looking at your other things. Oh, you're living a lavish life. Oh, you were just in Mexico. Oh, you're now in
You're in the
another country.
Maldives?
How are you able
Okay.
to do that?
Good,
Oh,
good.
you owe $50,000. Let me make sure that I get your passport revoked. So you won't be able to renew
Mm,
your passport.
they can do
Like
that too.
they can do
They can
that.
do that too.
And if
That's
you're willfully avoiding your taxes like this and evading it, you can go to prison. This is a federal crime. The IRS, Internal Revenue Service, is federal. Like you're going to prison. I would like to stress that enough. Like it does take a while to get there because look like it's 2019 to 2023 is when his like willfully failed paid taxes happen. We're in 2026 now, and he's just now this year is the year where he's about to get sentenced. Like, well, found guilty and sentenced. People think, oh, well, I've been doing it for these years and I've been all right. Okay. We'll see if IRS is slow, not stupid.
And and I think that the point here, or the focus here, is the term willful. I
Willful.
need everybody to recognize that. I think that that is the focus of this particular conversation. He pled guilty to willfully, meaning he is saying to them, yeah, I intentionally
Didn't
avoided
pay off.
paying you guys. Intentionally, I took steps to make sure that you did not get, I get to say,
Your
get
money, the
the
money.
money. I'm gonna say that you did
I
not get
understood.
the money. I'm not gonna say your
Yeah.
money because it may not have been theirs. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. I understand.
May not have been
It's
theirs
interesting.
to get.
It's an That's funny, but that could have that's something that should have like
Should have
there's
argued.
should have argued, right? Okay, if it's a situation where you believe that you should not have owed that money, guess what? You don't necessarily have to pay it, but you have to do something and let them know, hey, we disagree with this. You say I owe $440,000. I disagree with that amount because of X, Y, and Z. Like
Yeah,
something like that instead of, oh, well, I'm just not gonna pay it.
yeah.
The IRS is gonna be like that. I always like my
Girls, they're gonna be like, bad. This is gonna
bet.
be an easy one. Did he just say, what's that?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh, you thought, and it's a lot of money. A lot of money is on the line, and the IRS needs money, and they only have 10 legal years to collect on that money from the day it was assessed. Oh, and you got it? Oh no, we're getting our money from you.
And
Like you that's
the other
basically
thing
it.
is this, because I looked at the amount and I said it's 440,000. Now I know
Mm-hmm.
money is relative. It's relative to each individual. But in my mind, when I looked at it and I said 440,000, that's not a lot.
It's not in
It's
the
not a
grand
lot,
scheme.
right? In the grand scheme, to me, it's not a lot, right? But what you have to stack on top of that is your celebrity, right? And you got to understand, and let's get psychological with it. Your celebrity puts you in a different category. And so therefore, if I convict you and put you in jail, you are now an example that I can use, right? Because word's going to spread
Right.
because you have
Of course.
celebrity attached to your name. So now the lore, I don't want to call it lore, the that mysticism that the IRS has over
Oh yeah,
everyone of being the big bad wolf, you are assisting in that narrative and increasing that because they can use you as a way to increase that narrative. We will come
that's
for you.
true.
They just
That's
attach it
true.
to your name and put it out there in the public. And of course, for those of us who are familiar with your name and your
There we
music,
go.
it's going to catch our attention.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course.
So
That's
I don't think they
exactly it.
think about that either. They
Yeah,
don't
I think
think
it's
about
quite a few of that information. First is their money, first and foremost, right? Like they know that they only have a certain amount of years to collect it. So they want to make sure that they get as much as possible interest and fees. And then in addition to this, it is an example of, hey, this is what can happen if, oh, you want to willfully not file your taxes, you want to willfully not pay your taxes. This is these can be your circumstances if push comes to shove.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I always I compare the IRS to like a cousin you owe to my clients. Maybe it's a weird thing, but hey, you know what I'm saying? If you owe your cousin money, you know you owe your cousin money. I know you owe your cousin knows you owe them money. Why in the world would they want to continue to rack up and you giving them money? Especially if they've been calling you, they've been texting you, and you've been ignoring them. You've been ignoring them.
Mhm.
Your cousin is, you know what I'm saying? If your cousin is about that life,
They're
that
gonna pull a
texts and the
kick
calls it's gonna go up and they're gonna show up to your
to
door.
your
You know
house.
what I mean? Like, oh, we cousins, I know where you live, right? I know your family, I know like
And be like, hey, Kerrina, so and so's outside.
just looking. But
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. Or when people decide, oh, okay, I'm going to get a payment plan with the IRS
yeah,
or whatever the case is, or you know what I mean? You get a payment plan with the IRS, Payment plans are always a privilege. It is not a right, meaning that you have to be on the up and ups to get a payment plan and to stay on one. So your cousin is being nice now. Okay, cool. I understand you can't pay me all your money right now. Let's work something out. We're working something out. And now you owe me more money? No, you need to pay me. You need to consistently be able to pay me before, like the payment plan. And any new money needs to be paid to me on time. You can't continue to be like, oh well, I'm just gonna continuously owe while I'm on this payment plan. That's not how that works. You can't just do that. And so I say like the IRS is like an annoying cousin that you owe. Oh, what are your thoughts? Because I'm seeing you're swirling and
Oh,
swirling.
you see my thinky face just turned on, right? My think face.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that you don't want to do that. I was just thinking, I won't say that. I'm going to keep that.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep that one
Don't
on the
tell
wraps because I was thinking about the payment plan and yeah. So, but I agree with you.
yeah, you
So,
owe money.
so then I guess I mean because we're preaching and preaching. But I don't
Yeah.
think that I believe that what we're saying, most of you know, most of us know, we get that, you want to pay this because they have the ability to just come in there and pull
And
a
snatch.
whole they can just come in there and start snatching stuff up. We get that. And so
Right.
I think, for me, I would just say, listen, again, we are advocates for trying to get yourself some help. But like Kerrina says, for you do-it-yourselfers, um, that um, a payment plan is an option. That's something you can try to do for yourself. So just respond for Christ's sake. And again, the term here is willful. Don't do anything to intentionally avoid because you put yourself, the water was warm. It was lukewarm,
Right.
right? When you weren't paying. Then you started doing stuff where you intentionally, it's like going and saying, hey, take me off payroll. Just pay me the money straight. Don't
Right.
put me on payroll where they can garnish my wages. Just pay me the money straight. Now you're
Cash.
willfully,
Yeah,
right? And
cash.
now the
Mhm.
water, you turned up the gas and the water is starting to boil.
Yep.
Don't do that. So that's my
Don't do it.
that's my takeaway.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you would like, yes, and I agree with that 100%. And if you would like to reduce your taxes legally, because tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance is illegal. You are avoiding paying taxes by using the tax code efficiently and
Wait,
correctly to
I
be
think
able.
I might have misheard you, but what she was saying was the opposite around. Y'all get it.
Oh,
I
no,
think
it's
you
not tax
switched it.
evasion. Tax evasion is
Illegal.
illegal. Tax, yes, and
And
tax avoidance
avoidance is
is
legal.
legal.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
I think you said it the other way.
So,
Or mine is kicking in, and so sorry. Go ahead. My
I
apologies.
did, but hey, nowhere. Yeah. So evasion illegal, avoidance legal. Okay. Whatever. But anyway, so you can do it legally where you actually have like a tax plan and you're being a little bit more self-conscious, a little bit more proactive about your tax return and saying, hey, I'm paying too much in taxes. This 440 ain't gonna work for me. That's fine, cool. Let's see what tax strategies you can do to reduce it legally. So you're not surprised at the end of the year with this huge bill. You know what it is. You've already either paid for it with estimated taxes or you've reduced your taxes with whatever strategies are necessary. That is completely fine and that is completely okay. But you're going to have to pay for that. And that's okay too. Understand like the amount that 440 that he was trying to avoid, he now has to pay even more than that. So in addition to the 440, there's going to be penalties, there's going to be interest and fees, as well as he had to probably pay I would hope that he probably had to pay an attorney. So now that's attorney fees that you have to pay to now make sure that you are represented correctly in court. So the fees that you were avoiding are just festering into even more fees. So if you were trying to save $1, you know what I mean? Like
Now you owe five.
now you owe five.
Ouch.
That doesn't make any sense. So we're saying that say yes, it happened to Twista. Yes, he's a celebrity. Yes, like this. But what the IRS is showing you, and they use these stories to say, like, the celebrities cannot go past us. You will not either. And not because your tax bill might not be $440,000 doesn't mean they can't do the same thing to you. They can if it is willful. It takes a while to get there, especially if you're ignoring letters and things, but they can if it is willful. If it is not willful, I would say more times than not, people I have encountered, they're not willfully trying to not file their taxes and pay their taxes. It's just things happened in their life where it kind of shook them to their core and they just couldn't pay it. And that's fine. There's always options for you if you can't pay your taxes in full. You can get on a partial payment plan and offer and compromise if you qualify. You know, all of these things can happen. Or maybe you can get a pause because right now you lost your job. It's a hard economy right now. You got laid off. And the amount of money that you were working before, you're not currently working now. The IRS has an option for you to pause your payments, but you have to read the letter and do something about it. Get representation, get someone to help you to be able to have that option. So, and you can do it yourself too for those who want to do it themselves. You have to call the IRS, make sure you know, ask for these certain things. They're going to ask for your financials and all of that, but you can do other things if it's a situation where you're like, oh man, I'm like Twista. I haven't filed for these years, or I filed and I have not paid for all these years. What can I do? Get some help.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, our spiel is the same. Get some help.
Yeah,
Um,
get some help.
call Kerrina. Um, you know, and if you intend on doing it yourself, still call Kerrina, get a consultation, and let her tell you what to do. Or
Yeah,
call me.
at least.
I'll tell you what to
And
do.
call Nikki. Yeah, she'll
We'll tell you
definitely
what to
let you
do. You know?
know what to do.
But I guess
And
for
advisory. We were just talking about that. If you need advisory,
ex so
call
you
Nikki.
so you're not because there, you need a plan.
Right.
This is not about and you've said this before, it's not about just tracking what has occurred. We're
Mhm.
trying to, you know, lower your taxes. We need to do a little planning. How much are you making? What other things can we do so that we lower
Right.
the amount of your liability for you? But that takes forward thinking, okay? So
Right.
yeah. So the moral of the story or the lesson here is honestly, do not willfully avoid paying your taxes.
Right. It's gonna catch up with you.
Yep.
And I would say you need to have it catch up before the IRS catches up.
Stay, yeah. Yeah, I do like that one. I think that's, you need to, you understand there's a problem. They understand there's a problem. You need to be the one in
Right.
control of the flow of how that problem gets resolved. Do not have them push your back up against the wall with
Hmm.
little to no options, because when you take control of it, you've got more options. When you let them take control of it, they take away a lot of your
Options
options.
are slimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
options are slimmer.
yeah.
So
So,
yeah, because he could have caught it before it got to this point and be like, okay, let me just pay this 440,000 plus interest and fees, and maybe there wouldn't have been jail time. But it took too long. It took too long. He was already in their crossfire, like he was already in their
their line of sight.
crossfire
Yeah,
line of sight.
yeah, and then he showed a pattern of not
And then
shift.
right,
Yeah, that pattern was there. Yeah.
the shiftiness. Yeah.
So, want to thank you guys again for joining us for another episode of Financial Fraud Friday. Again, we are here every other Friday. If you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like to add, please leave them in the comments. You can reach out to us by, following us on social media profiles at our ads at Toba and Associates and at Cake Financial. Feel free to book an appointment by clicking the link in our profiles, and we will leave that information. Leave our contact information in the description. So Thanks, you guys, again. And again, please leave any comments, like, share, and subscribe. Anything you want to add? No?
No.
All right, you guys. Y'all have a good one.